Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Saga Book Club on 22 panels, where tonight we will discuss Volume 3. There's way too many people for me to introduce them all, so I'm going to make them go around the room and introduce themselves, and we're going to give them an icebreaker to figure it out. You need to go in alphabetical order by first name, so figure it out. Figure out who's going on, you guys.
Dad, you always do this to me.
You could have gone with but I think
I'm in here as Belle. I'm gonna go with Belle. I like to go by
and,
Belle.
and I think that the I would have still had you first.
Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, hi, I'm Belle. I'm a college student. I'm really into Saga. I started reading it back in high school and I'm revisiting it. This is my first time reading back through it. Um, and I'm majoring in biochemistry, so I'm gonna be
And
a
you
scientist someday,
recently
hopefully.
got to play with the particle accelerator at Argonne.
I did. I did. I went to Chicago and did some Zanes, some sulfur Zanes, using the advanced photon source. It was really cool.
All right, I believe that I am next. Hey, everybody, I'm Josh Eiserike. I'm very excited to be here chatting about Saga. I am a comic book writer. I'm going to quickly plug my books. You should all go buy them. The Very Final Last Girls. We are coming to the end of our print run about the girls who survive horror movies from Darby Pop Publishing. There will be more, but because of tariffs, etc., we don't know how long it will be until there are more. So get your books now. And Charm City from Scout Comics and Pale of Settlement, which right now is on Webtoon and Tapas. What else am I supposed to say?
Are all issues of Charm City available yet?
We can talk offline.
Okay. So yeah, if you go by and show me a receipt of Charm City and you're like, I desperately need to read more, email 22 panels of podcast@gmail.com and we'll see about hooking you up with Josh.
I would be more than happy to. I'm very proud of these books and I love Saga tremendously. I read them in floppies as they were coming out, as they are coming out. So I haven't revisited this arc in over 10 years. So it was super fun.
Yeah.
And now I believe it's me. I'm in here as Larry, but I go by Lee, which I still think puts me next.
Either way.
Either way, I'm one of the counselors, the clinicians, part of Psychocomicology. So where we look at all things comic books and pop culture related through a psychological lens. And yeah, after going through this volume,
You mean there's psychology in this book?
there's so much, whether Dr. almost likes to talk about it or not, there is. Notorious Saga hater, but don't worry.
So like I gotta ask, like when you because I know you do some trauma therapy when you're doing like PTSD therapy, have you ever told a patient that the opposite of war is fucking? It's not peace.
I do it in a much more subtle and professional way where it's we all have our vices, and especially when it comes to trauma work, that we all work through it in our several ways. Yes, I'm saying we as in people, whether that be big T trauma or little T trauma. So
I will say that is one of my favorite lessons of Saga. Because it's peace isn't the opposite of war. It's the cessation of war. That's a really, really good point. You're looking for an opposite? Well, I'm going from destroying life to possibly creating life. So,
there's some truth to make love, not war.
All right, the M's. You got to go 3 letters deep to figure out who's talking next.
It's Marisol.
I know it
that's
is.
me. Had to fish my phone out of my pocket. I'm Marisol, now rereading the Saga series after Tad recommended it to me. How many years ago now?
I think
it's been a minute.
I think like volume 5 or volume 6 was what we were on when I recommended it. Because you were
Yeah.
already
And
like I remember having to warn you when issue 54 came out. You came in to pick it up and
yes.
I'm like, maybe you should read that here so we can talk about it.
And then proceed to spend the next 3 hours in the shop with you, just talking Saga.
Crying.
Yes. Having emotions.
Right.
Being personally victimized by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples.
Yeah, we'll get into that in detail 6 months from now.
Yep. But just loving the fact that now we have a podcast to talk to other people about Saga.
It is cool. It is cool. I do
And
feel like I've been talking even 700 some odd episodes into the podcast. And with the relative little Saga that I've talked about on the podcast, I still feel like I've talked about Saga more than any other comic, at least in terms of how much I've talked
That's saying
about
something.
in life. You know, even we have 70 episodes of the Love and Rockets book club. But I think even you and I have probably talked more Saga than we've talked Love and Rockets. Or
honestly, considering how much time I would spend in the shop just talking with you about comics, you're probably right.
Right.
I'm not kidding. It would be like 3, maybe bordering on 4 hours. Where
I think there was more than once where
Tad's
we spent more than 2 hours talking
recommendation.
about a single issue of Saga.
Yeah. Every time I walked into the shop, Tad's got some kind of new recommendation, and then we sit there
you stopped
gushing
coming
about Saga.
unless you could afford 6 graphic novels.
Yeah.
you wouldn't come unless you were ready to spend $90.
At least. Because I know some days I walked out of there spending upwards of $150, $200 on comics.
Yeah, I think you dropped 2 bills at least once.
Probably.
Yeah.
Financially smart move? Probably not. Did it make me happy? Yes.
That makes it financially
You know
smart.
what? At the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah. All right. 2 of you left.
Is it me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. My name is Matt. I'm a friend of Tad's for quite a while now.
5 years?
Yeah, at least.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think it started during the pandemic, so.
Yeah. I'm also Belle's father, and
which is just amazing to me because I know you and I know her, and the idea that she could have come from you just doesn't make sense.
Well, you know her mother too, Tad. So
well, I do, and she's quite nice and whatnot, but I'm still wondering if she got left on your porch.
I don't think so. Anyway, been reading Saga since issue 1 in floppy form off the shelf. And, love this book, love Tad, love his podcasts, and just real happy to be here.
Well, this is a perfect time to say that people who love the podcast are welcome to help us out at 22 Panels or patreon.com/22 Panels podcast. We'll happily take your money from you, and it can support my horrible comic habit because I still spend Marisol type money on comics on a really regular basis.
Yeah,
I think that makes
just
it
found a new comic
wonderful.
shop over here where I moved to in Westmont. Went there one day during a lunch break with a coworker of mine, and I am definitely in the need to go back.
Yeah, which one is that?
It's on Ogden. Forget what it's called.
Okay, I feel like I know it, but I'm drawing a blank too.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. But I was in there for all of maybe half an hour and spent maybe $56 and change.
Nice.
Which, Ted, you know me, that's nothing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, heaven forbid I start managing to get you to go to small press cons with me. where you have the actual creator of the comic right in front of you, and you're looking at it, and it's cool, and you can see how poor they are.
I don't know if my wallet could handle it.
I know mine doesn't,
That's
but
the big concern.
I love going
We
anyway.
need people like you at small press conventions.
I'll have to start squirreling away some funds to go.
Seriously, I went to like a super small press show up in Milwaukee, like one of the nearly free to table, free to get in, like in the hallway of a food court. And I told myself I had a $40 budget, and like I only spent 110, so I felt like it was a win.
Only, he says.
Hey,
so here's a question.
110 on a $40 budget is actually decent for me when I'm at a con.
That's fair.
What's the most you've spent on a single issue?
Most I've spent on a single issue or a single volume?
Issue. Floppy.
Okay. $32 for Saga #2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think
I don't play that game.
No. I just mean like that's I've done around that same amount. So yeah, that's probably my upper limit too.
$30 for the Marvel team up with Spider-Man and the not ready for primetime players.
Nice.
And $20 for all 8 issues of Electro Assassin.
Oh yeah, see, there you go.
That's more my speed.
Absolutely. You know.
I do have a couple of comics that are worth more than that somebody paid more than that for, but it wasn't me that paid more than that for them. Yeah. Josh, you look like you were about to add something.
Oh, I mean, this is a subject near and dear to my heart. I don't know what the single most expensive comic I bought was. But I do know that there was a accounting error at my first comic book store, and I got Uncanny 266, which is the first appearance of Gambit, for $5.
Nice.
And the guy looked at it. He's like, I don't know if I can sell this to you. I was like, well, I was probably a teenager. I was like, but it says that's what it costs. And he was like, well, I guess it does. And that was that. I've certainly spent probably 20, 30 for a single issue. Couldn't tell you which one it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've spent more than 20, so few. I mean, the only other comic that I spent 20 on was The Death of Elektra.
I was very, very close to dropping $5,000 on a very beat up copy of X-Men #1 from '63. And then I was like,
that.
And then I was like, we could afford this, but my wife would fucking kill me.
See, and I would have been different. I would have been like, if I can afford that, I could also afford like $105 books.
Your math's way off, but yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was seriously considering it.
Well,
I was like,
no,
all right,
I'd still have 4,500 left, Phil.
I did. I ultimately did not buy it. I do regret it, but I know that it was the right move.
I could get I could get $105 books and 30 artists editions. That's how my brain winds up working. The second there's an even a zero added to like a single issue price. Unless I will happily drop $20 on like a single issue at an indie con, because I know that like they're having to pay all their own printing costs.
Yes. I would also add that this was during my TV writing days when money was a lot happier. I did buy a Nintendo Switch. That was my big purchase.
There you go. Phil, introduce yourself and then we'll start talking Saga.
My name's Phil. I co-host 22 Panels with Tad. I also picked up Saga from #1 in floppies, but have not returned to the series since issue 54. So I'm still not caught up. It's still in the dark. But I'm here to
I don't know
reread.
how I was so happy that there was a midnight opening for issue 55.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to wait a second longer than I had to.
Mm-hmm.
And like I also went to a shop that I had their Wi-Fi code and I had my iPad with me in case, as often happened and did happen that night, the digital copy dropped at midnight East Coast time. So I actually bought my digital copy in the car at 11 o'clock and had read it twice by the time I went in to pick up my physical copy.
Dedication right there.
I love Saga.
It's a good book.
So anybody with first thoughts on volume 3? I have so many thoughts on volume 3 that I want to let somebody else start. And we have silence.
I will say, I'll jump in here because I know I tend to be pretty, I jump the gun from time to time. Coming from the last podcast where I was really like, fuck the Will. I don't like this guy. This was the issue. I'm pulling it up now, where I'm like, oh, okay, I feel for the guy now. Like I do legit feel for him now.
The Will is like the most difficult character for me in all of Saga because I don't want to like him.
Yeah. And for the longest time, I didn't until that particular issue. And you know the issue I'm talking about, where it seems like there were so many things coming ahead. What's real? What's not? Yeah.
Well, and when he insists on naming her, can't call her slave girl anymore. Got to give her a name, and like it's like I know you're all drugged up right now, but you're so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The Will is one character I never thought I would be like rooting for early on or liking. So I get it.
I have been Team Will since day one. I love this character. I know what happens.
Are you also Team Darth Vader?
We'll see. I'll put it like this. Keeping on my X-Men theme for today, I very, very nearly bought this shirt that says Magneto was right.
Okay. See, now it's all making sense.
That tells you everything you need to know.
And that's I think part of why issue 54 was so hard for me, because it felt like a dual loss, because I had been a huge fan of the Will up until that point too, and then it was like, oh well, fuck, now I can't like this guy. So it's like two of my favorite characters are dead to me, and you know that was honestly probably the biggest looming specter of reading this volume, was thinking about, because I didn't quite remember what happened. I thought for a second that Marco might heal Will. It's like, oh, how, the dramatic irony of healing someone, but instead it's both him not healing the man who will eventually kill him, as well as like he seems almost suicidal at the moment when he's walking up to Gwendolyn, saying like, oh yeah, no, just lay into me. Like, oh, okay, how long has this guy been this reckless?
Yeah. I will also say I love a good anti-hero. Like I love the Will because he's a great anti-hero. Like you don't want to root for this guy, but he makes you root for him.
Right.
But he demands it. You know what I mean?
He shows just enough humanity to make you want to.
Exactly. He yeah.
That's the word, humanity. Like to me, he became way more of a relatable person, to where he's like, I'll put it this way, as non-clinically as I can. He went through enough fucked up shit for me to be like, okay, yeah, I can understand why he would do what he did or think the way he did, feel the way he feels. 100%.
The fact that somebody who kills people for a living has a moral compass and is like, no, we don't fuck children. I respect that.
Yeah. I mean, that was the first moment where
Yep.
it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yep.
He just smashed that guy's head just because
he made a suggestion.
Just because he was offered.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
It's a good line.
This page here I have up where we meet
the journalists,
Upshur and Doff. This page to me represents when the comic just took on a whole different level.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was already like Star Wars with more depth, because we knew our bounty hunters and our bad guys on a greater level. You know, they weren't the one-dimensional Boba Fett's, but like to suddenly introduce journalism, and not just journalism, but tabloid journalism to the universe of the Civil War, just like made it our world on a cosmic scale. You know, it's like, oh, we're not just playing strategy games and good versus evil. Yeah, it's really bad versus bad, and they're playing games with information as much as they're playing games with
Yep. And there's people in the background making chess moves, and
there are people who are just trying to live their lives.
Yep.
You know,
kinds of the main conflicts.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that you mention it, the warping of information and the clashing perspectives felt like it started to come up more in this volume. And I 100% would agree with you that the series, it's almost like, so in a weird way, you know, in that weird way that you know, Matt Fraction's been saying that the first 3 issues are like the first issue. So in this, like the first 3 trades are like the first. It's like, okay, now it's the book where it's at, and so from here it mutates, as opposed to like it's almost finished its growth. And I mean, it's also the volume that introduces the second best character in Saga.
Which one are we going to say is that?
Yeah, and who might that
Who
be?
is that? Go ahead.
That's Goose. That's Goose, isn't he in this one?
I do love Goose.
We met Goose last issue.
Last issue. What? Okay.
Yeah.
Revealing I read been back.
I was going to say it's interesting that we meet Alana's mom too, stepmom. Like that was a crazy world building thing.
How much does that tell us about Alana?
Right, like she's so over it.
Right.
She's so over it.
She went from bratty high schooler to I'm joining the military when dad married her peer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got like Bill and Ted vibes, you know. Hey, Missy, I mean, Mom.
Yes, it does.
Hey, Ted, remember when you asked your mom to go to the prom with you?
Yep.
and like the house is right out of Leave It to Beaver.
Yep.
Or actually more the Wonder Years. It's like 50s.
And like it's not like you'd expect it out of Alana as a character either. You'd expect her to have this like hardened, like terrible upbringing. No, she's like it's idyllic suburbs.
Kid. Yeah, and she's a suburban goth girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to talk about Alana for a moment, because I was a little colder on this volume at first. And I've been reading them from my library, just checking out the trades, so I don't have to like dig through my long boxes. And at first I was like, wait, why are we with this writer again? What are we doing? They're just hanging out. What's happening? And then it finally clicked. She's on maternity leave. That's what this whole trade was about to me. Was about for me. Is she's just like, oh, she's getting used to, this is my baby. This is my life. What am I going to do after? What does my life look like now? Do I need a new career? I don't know. And once I locked into that, I was like, great. this works.
This is a great goose.
It is.
It's a great way to describe it,
Good goose.
actually, because it does feel like that with Alana in this issue.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
she's
especially
definitely figuring out.
with like her mother-in-law offering like all these opinions, and like kind of knowing, but also like it's not your baby, it's your granddaughter. Yeah, no, it was, and
Right.
again, like I think I've said this each time, like reading this as a parent is a very, very different experience for me now.
Yep.
And then even to me, what struck me was, you know, she does go on to join the circuit.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just
Well, I mean, they played her. I mean, that's one of the undertones here is that they totally played her. They played them both. It's like, okay,
yeah,
we got to get them off of here. We got to get them somewhere where they'll be safe and not constantly on the run. And it's got to be their idea.
but it's just because I hadn't reread the series more than just this chunk, you know, from 1 to 18. So this is kind of my first time having reread since anything past this point, and just the level of foreshadowing and knowing where things go. It's just it's honestly it's blowing me away.
Yeah, that too.
Brian clearly plotted out a lot of the beats really early.
You know, and I think that's interesting that you say that, because I noticed in this issue, this volume 2, Alana works a lot sooner in the story than I ever thought she did. Like you're on volume 3, she's a new mother, like he's the stay-at-home dad. She's out there making the money. Like she is on top of it. I'm gonna take care of this baby. I'm gonna provide for this baby.
Right.
And like I really respect that.
Wow.
Funny story, last time I read this, I was in high school, so I didn't have a career yet. But like now that I have my career, like I can kind of relate to this. Like I'm gonna go, you know, do all of this to like better myself, my family, my people.
Yeah. This panel down in the corner here.
Yeah.
I mean, this page in general, but this panel down in the corner here with Sophie and Lion Cat is one of the sweetest in all of comics.
Yeah.
God damn it,
All
Tad, you're
dirty
not
on
going to
the
cry
inside
on the
because I
podcast.
did bad things with lying.
Yep.
Oh, but then it's the next panel too that just makes it work even more.
Oh yeah.
The cute little snuggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
The whole page is just yeah.
And again, we have Brian K. Vaughan making me feel feelings in my own home, and honestly, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, yeah.
How dare you?
I mean, for that matter, and this is another Fiona thing too. Like, how do you even on the next page where it's now Gwendolyn talking about Sophie to the will, and Sophie and Lion Cat are in the background and smaller and not quite as detailed, and yet still the center of everything. You can't get your eyes off of them. You're just completely drawn to them.
Well, it's because the character's looking right at them too. So
it is,
and
the word balloons lead you to them, and
the panel cut
but they're
points
also
at it.
just so comfortable, so sweet that you linger. You can't.
I think the best way to describe it would be like cinematic. Like it's just a cinematic panel.
Yeah. But it would be a lingering shot.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be that shot that was like it stayed there for 2 or 3 beats longer than strictly necessary. There's here, and then we've got another one of my fun throwaway things. Your payphone at a gas station in space, complete with graffiti. It's just like, How do you decide that this is the way you're gonna?
It's the least convenient place for fuel tank, but you know.
I'm also thinking too, now looking back at this, I'm like, why is His Highness pumping his own gas? Feel like they would have
Well, because he stole the ship and he's not allowed
he's
to go home
traveling
without.
by himself too.
That's
Right.
right.
Remember, he can't go home until he offs the happy couple.
Well, so
No.
I don't think this takes place in Space Oregon, you know?
I was thinking Space Jersey.
Oh, Space Jersey. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Last time I was in Jersey, you don't pump your own gas there, though.
That's what he was saying. It's in space. If it was in Space Jersey, he wouldn't be allowed to pump his own gas.
Got it. Yes. Yes.
I love that there's even an ad in the window with a silly face on it. I wonder if we zoom in. Whether
I'm also going to go out on a limb and say that I think it was after
Not
this
quite.
this arc that I started rooting for Prince Robot too. You know,
Yeah.
I think
Tell
I
me about
start liking Prince Robot a lot more in the 5th arc,
Yep.
but I could be wrong. I think it's Squire that makes me love Prince Robot.
Yeah.
Can we go back to that little splash for a minute for chapter 15? Can we just appreciate that fantasy little pinup of Marco and Alana for a second? Because that's always so cute to stumble
No,
upon.
the cover, yeah.
I'm like, they're so great. It's just fairy tale.
Like a
It's
romance
them on
novel.
a heist book.
It's everything you want out of their relationship, and nothing that you get.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, gang.
Oh, now I'm sad.
Now is Belle making you feel feelings?
Yeah,
I am
so
on the
my-
offensive.
Actually, that's a really great point to kind of consider. Like that, yeah. The idea of their relationship has always been more romantic than their actual relationship.
Yeah.
The fans love them. The fans can't get enough of them. They know it.
Their relationship is romanticized, even though it's not that romantic.
Yeah, and anyone, it's like fans of their relationship are like anyone who's seen Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, the love droplets. It's like those tiny little moments where they're good, and you're like, please let them work out, and it's like, no, just disaster after disaster.
Yep.
So here's my question. Since that very much looks like something that we've seen Alana wear, did Granddad make that for Hazel, or is Alana bad at laundry?
Good question.
Because it looks an awful
That is
lot.
her being bad at laundry. It looks just like the one Mommy used to, and she trails off. No, yeah, she's bad at laundry. She's a career woman.
Yeah. I love this none too nun. Yeah, just such a cool game. The drawing level, the harsh truths.
Don't we get that Lion Cat scene in this
Which
volume where
one?
Lion Cat gets like that you get like Lion Cat backstory from Isabel when she morphs because she like senses things about the cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Bit. Oh yeah.
Because that's like such a cool spread of pages. Like those two, like just being open to that. Like it's so like you don't really see Isabel go out on the offensive very much, but Isabel really tells Lion Cat to like knock it off.
I do also love this here. What are they getting up to now? Is Alana praying? No. No, she most certainly is not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is just feels so sad. like the fact that you've got like blood around her lips already.
Yeah. And the
It's
eyes. Man,
unexplained.
look at the eyes.
It's just like, oh, Sophie, no.
And that's the same place where Prince Robot got stabbed.
Right.
Oh my gosh, we haven't even gotten to chapter 18 yet.
I have a question there. In the previous hallucination sequence, it's her mom, it's Sophie's mom talking to her. How would she know the stalk?
So if you look, it's half Stalk, half her mom, implying that it's like the same entity that they're both hallucinating is saying different things to each of them.
Because it's really the parasite.
No, I got that, but wouldn't the parasite present to Sophie as somebody she knew?
Well, yeah, it is her mom. So if you look, the
right, but it's also the stalk.
Yeah, I think that's meant to, like, for us more so than her. You know?
Yeah, I think that's letting us know or letting us know what the will was seeing.
Yeah.
I see.
You know, because I kind of get the impression that, like, Sophie can see one thing while the will sees something else.
Mm-hmm.
That tracks.
This is a great cover, too.
Mm.
Please do not kill.
I just love
but
the
he's
two
carrying it because he doesn't want to mess up his hair.
Yeah, exactly. I get a real Anderson Cooper vibe off him. I don't know if I'm supposed to.
I think you are.
Yeah, I think you are too. That's why I brought it up.
I love it. We have Space Anderson Cooper and he's blue. That tracks.
I don't know why the photographer looks kind of like Robert Pattinson to me now. Like just a weird little guy, just staring off into space.
And I love the kids' book.
Oh yeah, I am continually being struck by how it feels like Fiona can shift between styles.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, she does it almost on every page between foreground and background, which is, I think, something so unique about this book.
Yeah, Fiona's outstanding.
I love how Gwen is the one that knows how to figure out that, oh, something's wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
That's also like probably
able to use the lying cat to go, oh, I'm hallucinating. Let me vomit now.
Right, but also the fastest like hallucination onset and then stop that,
right.
You know.
Right. No, she's the one that's smart enough to go, no, this isn't right. Will just falls into it. Sophie, I'm going to give a pass because she's only 6.
But I think that speaks to the Will's mental health. Like, we see him spiral down into this depression after the stalk dies. And it's just also nice. We got the ass on the screen. But I'm saying, like, it's
your dad saying that.
No, okay, we are related. I did not get dropped off on anybody's doorstep.
Right.
That's fair.
But I think it's interesting that we get that, you know?
Would you know?
Like the glimpse into his mental state. Like, we really get to kind of hone in on that and see how mentally ill he is, because we eventually figure out that it's kind of a hallucination, because we're like, why is he seeing the stalk?
Right.
I also love that when Lying Cat reacts to Gwendolyn, there's a question mark.
Yeah.
Like that one little punctuation does a lot of heavy lifting in that moment.
Indeed.
Oh God, it's like my special power is saying that you're lying, but I see something too.
Yeah. Well, but he also knows that she's being truthful and lying at the same time. Something's up.
Right. I mean, he just has such a great. Actually, I forget. Is it he or a she?
She.
Yeah, it's a she.
Yep.
She
And
just has such a great expression.
Yeah.
She sounds like Brian's wife.
Ah. Phil's the one that reads all the interviews. I decide that if I want to talk to somebody, I'll go talk to them.
I think he might have been mentioned in one of the letters columns from way back.
That's possible.
Yeah,
that's possible. I do read all the letters columns.
I like
I also
a lot of those
don't
little
have your
anecdotes.
didactic memory.
I swear I was trained by Pokemon,
Yeah,
my
okay.
generation.
And again, we just have this like cute bedroom in space. I mean, it's not in space now, but like
Also,
it's just so weird to me when you have like antique furniture on this far distant planet.
It's one of those things that
There's a lighthouse in the middle of a desert of mud.
But even like for a page that's just 5 panels, 2 people talking to each other, there is so much life, motion, and expression packed into this page.
God, I love Fiona Staples.
Yes.
Like, that's all her, man. Like, she is just making this so... She's breathing life into this story.
That other people would totally phone it in. Yeah, and she
exactly. Every time. That's why I love this Lion Cat spread when Isabel and Lion Cat have that interaction, because I can't wait for us to get to it. Because you see this fire behind Isabel that you don't normally get to see, and you also see Lion Cat kind of cower, and Lion Cat's kind of known as a badass for a lot of this story. Like, Lion Cat's not scared of anything.
Just looking at Gwendolyn protecting Sophie from Lion Cat, look at like the camera choices.
Yep. The perspective of everything.
Right.
I like the slanty panels too.
Yeah. Well, it's
not even straight lines.
It's a violent page. Every violent page has slanty panels.
Until one at the end of this volume. There's a violent page without slanty panels.
Well, I'm gonna have to look at that carefully.
Oh yeah, the Lion Cat one.
No, it's a different one. But yeah, we'll it's like a moment that's too real to be. Yeah, it's not like action
figure out
violence.
Why.
It's because it's sad violence. That's why. Yeah. That was cool violence.
I'm looking.
Also, I gotta say here, the brand. I had completely forgotten the brand, and they're so fantastic. Like, just such a little treat.
Oh yeah. And the dog, good boy.
Sweet boy.
Oh yeah, I love the sister with a dog, brother with a cat. Like, just the dynamic is wonderful.
I'm dying. Let me tell you about taxes. You need to know. You can spread your payments over 2 years. I love this library.
I think Fiona does the best rugs in comics that I can remember.
I mean, we got back-to-back fantastic rugs here.
Yeah, and they really tie the room together.
They do. Yeah. And that's the other one I was thinking of too.
Be a shame if someone peed on it.
Oh, no. I feel like that's the only horrible thing that didn't happen to that rug.
Exactly.
There's nobody peeing on it, but what about bleeding on it?
Well, this is where when you die, you also void your bowels. So
maybe the dude would approve.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the page. This is the page.
Okay.
It's Prince Robot shooting Carla. Oswald compromising his values and shooting Prince Robot, screaming Carla's name, and Clara. Prince Robot going to Clara, my bad, and Prince Robot going down in a hail of gunfire. No slanty panels, because this is dramatic sad action, not non-traditional cool action.
Yeah, it was terrible action. It was sad.
Well,
I agree.
Also here.
We don't have slanted panels here either.
We don't have it either when Alana goes to shoot Gwendolyn either. Like, there's not slanty panels either.
Another interesting thing about the page where Oswald dies is that there's no panel with a cut corner, which, like, the way I interpret the cut corners is that it keeps the page from feeling too static and too blocky. And so when it's that moment of like stark,
here it is.
Yes, that's such a good one too. Stark, cruel death, and it's just there's no room for misshapenness. Wabi sabi. Yeah,
I like the one green cat. I have to mention it. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I needed to talk about it. The one green cat
segue.
that balances it out. Like Fiona is so good at this world building stuff. She goes to like it's down to the color theory, man. Like she is balancing that giant red cat out with another green cat.
Yep.
I love how Isabel's powers expand to color balance in addition to shapeshifting.
Yes. Yes. I love it. Color
I
balance.
love Isabel. She's
Oh.
so good.
I love these 2 pages here.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it's let me find it in the trade. It's very like almost Wes
Claustrophobic.
Anderson-y.
Oh.
Because it's not a congruous moment. But the way that on the opposite sides of the page, you get the sort of the full spread of the lighthouse. There it is.
Yeah.
It's not quite an actual 2-page spread, but
No, but
I think the
really
way
nice
she uses the borderless panel
yeah.
that goes into the gutters on the first of the 2 pages really
That's
kind of
really
draws the
cool.
whole thing.
And especially
what a gorgeous thing.
with the composition, it's almost like the choice of backgrounds and placement of in the bottom with Gwendolyn in the center keeps the like visual tower structure going, so that those 2 panels where we do get the sort of whole circular round, it makes it feel like the whole lighthouse is there behind the page while the scene is happening the whole time.
Well, because it just so happens that Gwendolyn borrowed the Will's cloak, which is the same colors as the lighthouse.
It's almost like somebody planned it or something.
And I don't know if anyone mentioned it yet, but there's also, if you go back, you have 2 Marco at the top and two Gwendolyn at the bottom, which also balance out the page really nicely compositionally. This is a beautiful spread, and it was totally on purpose that the lighthouse team that did that. I had never noticed, but this is actually a beautiful spread.
Even on the middle of the page, you've got Marco facing Alana,
and the
mirroring Marco facing Gwendolyn.
And the 2 inner panels have the lighthouse background, and the 2 outer panels have the air.
This is so Dave Gibbons. Watchmen issue 10 or 11, where it's that mirror.
Trying to remember which one, but it's basically like, I love shit like this, where this is, to me, the biggest thing that sets comics out from cinema, and why I try not to use the word cinematic to describe comics, because
go ahead.
No. Oh, okay. I was just gonna say it's because it's about the interplay between all of the images and having them as a whole page unit, as opposed to like camera. It's they're doing completely different things. That doing great comics relies on thinking about the whole page, not just each panel.
Notice how everything but the characters is also muted.
Yeah.
And a little bit blurred.
Mm-hmm.
Like the details are there, but they're kind of like muted and blurred out to really make the characters pop on these pages.
Yeah. It's similar to stuff that happens in animation, where the animated pieces will be sort of in a less detailed style than the backgrounds, but this kind of inverts it, where the backgrounds are less detailed and more impressionistic, and the characters are, like you said, they pop more because they're
and like I think a lot of times when people do that, they like do it across the book. Whereas a couple pages later, you've got the detailed lighthouse that like so she picks and chooses.
Yeah,
to do it.
I also wanted to mention on those 2 pages. Sorry, we're still on this. There's also, it's also kind of Marco confronting Alana, and then separately Marco confronting Gwendolyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you kind of get him confronting both
him confronting
sides.
himself, and
it's a real Three's Company situation.
But on one level, it is entirely just him confronting himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out because this is kind of a big moment for Marco.
Yeah.
for his character growth and stuff.
It's like, what will I do? I love how Isabel tricks the rebooting robot. Hey, this is your friend. Carry her out of the fire. Yeah, the theater of fire.
I think Isabel might be one of my like favorite ghosts.
Oh, I love Isabel
across
100%.
media just because of how clever she is.
I love her face after Prince Robot has the horn on his monitor. Okay, why don't you just go ahead and go? I changed my mind.
We never actually get any confirmation of how old Isabel is, right?
I think we find out a little more here and there. She's not young.
Yeah, so I think she died young, but she's been a ghost for a while.
Yeah, I think she might have been a ghost for more. I mean, I think at some point they talk about where her the concert her t-shirt was bought at, and everybody's like, wait a minute, what? You were at that was X number of years ago. I love this Marco here too. The
I was gonna say that Marco's so eerie to me.
Yeah.
With the lightning.
What? Sorry. Trust my wife can do anything? Isn't it obvious?
I also think Isabel being so old kind of breathes life into how old the war is and how she's a landfall native as well.
Oh yeah.
It just brings to light the amount of genocide that's actually occurred on
she's
landfall,
a Cleve
which
native.
is super. Oh, Cleve, excuse me.
Yeah, so she's not even a landfall native. It had already moved off planet before she got killed.
Like it shows how old this war is.
Dog.
Hospital's so MASH.
Yeah.
Jenny is really adding to this podcast as the dog. She's got words.
I'm so glad we got a name to the dog.
I'm ready to kill her.
Yeah, they're my family's dogs. We have Jenny is the little tan one, and then Milo's black and white, and then we have a miniature schnauzer named Tupac. We inherited him.
Yep, he was
we rescued him.
I love this final page turn. Yet the little foot coming out of the
I love the page before where it's like the bottom right with brand. We see where the will got Sophie's name.
And
I thought that was a sweet moment.
Can we just acknowledge that last that panel, Tad, where the little one stepping out, and is that like a nod to Firefly with the hat?
Probably, possibly.
Jane in his hat.
Yeah.
Which? Oh, this one?
Yeah, from Firefly.
Yeah, I see it.
Mama made the hat.
And like it's amazing how like one page can like
make it a happy ending.
Yeah. Well, make it a happy book. I think of this as one of the happy books because of this page. Like we just went through it and I felt my heart break 6 times over as we talked about it. Just like I felt my heart break 6 times over while I was reading it earlier today. But this page with Alana saying that a girl and the toddler waddling Hazel getting ready to walk out of the ship. Coming right after the kind of cathartic, everybody's alive. Well, everybody except Heist, but like you kind of knew you were meeting him to die.
He had very Obi-Wan energy.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to say this page is, I have a Saga iOS on my iPhone that I did when I was in high school and reading this, and I have never had time to redo it. So it's still Saga and I still love Saga. So it's perfect. This is one of the widgets I have. So I stare at this all the time.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. It's like a classic.
I also gotta say that this page more than any other. Well, okay, so this page plus the Eerie Marco with the lightning is like, in hindsight, should have seen he was doomed. Should have seen he was super, super doomed at this point. You know, this is like just the fact that, hey, this is our first major turning point of growth in the book, and it's for Alana and Hazel, not Marco.
Right. Well, here's a. Did anybody catch any of the New York Comic-Con news from Brian and Nico Henriken's panel?
No, I don't think so.
I think he said just, if I recall correctly, and I'm seeing if I can find it really quick. He said just enough to like freak everybody the fuck out.
Oh boy.
About Saga or about something else? Oh.
So just enough about Saga to freak everybody the fuck out.
I mean, I think, okay, so I did read a couple comments of basically him saying like 108 is still the planned end.
108 is still the planned end. This next arc is pretty wild.
Ooh.
A single audience member shouted, "Oh no." It'll be the most life-changing adventure yet for Hazel. At that point, the entire room groaned. This is the reporting from friend of the podcast, Zach Quaintance.
Nice.
At the beat.
I'm hoping Hazel has a good time in this arc.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's the most life-changing because she loses her virginity, not because like she loses her mom. That's what I want.
I'm a few issues behind, but I don't think Alana makes it out of the series alive.
I actually don't at this point either. Now, the one thing that I have said since the beginning, for that matter,
please don't say Alana dies.
Before Kirkman somehow pulled a rabbit out of the hat and actually had a relatively happy ending to Walking Dead, what I would say is they're both like absolute stories of the human condition and survival in spite of the worst. But the reason that I like Saga more is if for no other reason than the fact that Hazel is the narrator, you know it will have a relatively happy ending.
I agree with that.
I agree as well. Here's my question. Brian K. Vaughan's one of my favorite writers, and I'm like mentally going through his body of work. Has any of his stuff had a happy ending?
I mean, I guess the word is relative.
Spectators.
Spectators
had a happy ending.
Spectators isn't a happy ending.
Yeah, it was happy for me.
Had a relatively happy ending. Why the Last Man didn't have a terrible.
No,
that was not happy.
Well, okay, so what is that?
The Escapists.
Yeah, The Escapists definitely didn't
one
have
had a happy ending.
Yeah. The Ex Machina was a satisfying ending.
Oh, that was dark.
Yeah. But not sad.
No, I get what you mean. It was optimistic.
Yeah,
it was upbeat.
There was like, it wasn't like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Everybody, it wasn't a it wasn't the Reservoir Dogs ending.
No.
It was. I think Ex Machina was one of his darkest endings.
I could see that too.
I just really hope he doesn't kill off Alana. That sounds right, and it makes me sad.
He will.
That sounds right, and I'm not ready to cry like that, guys. I'm not ready for this.
I don't think any of us are, but it does feel like.
I put Alana's odds at 50-50.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's very generous, Ted.
Ironically, I think Goose has better odds than Alana.
If Goose dies, I don't know what I would do with myself.
I think if Goose dies, Fiona would
can't kill your
commission-
plushies.
would commission his chopper from a weapon master somewhere and go hunting Brian.
It's just bad. That's bad. It's bad marketing. You don't kill your plushies.
So now, can I ask the writers of the room, because this is intriguing to me, because the way I'm looking at this is that I don't get the idea that Alana is going to die. Maybe this is me being willfully ignorant, or maybe I missed foreshadowing, but I see her. I actually think Goose is more likely to die, because especially with I think one of the stories, and me and Tad have talked about this, but I'll save it for the podcast when we get to it, where there's a stretch, a series of pages where it's just black ink, it's just dark, right? So it's very clear that the plushies do die. So
of natural causes.
Sure.
I mean, was that a national? Is a time suck a natural cause?
I think so.
Relatively, I guess, because time is relative. But my question with the writers is there some things that y'all see or think, or especially those of you that are more familiar with Brian K. Vaughan's work, is that where like he naturally wants to go, is taking Alana?
I would say three things to that. It's a great question. I never thought of that. For me, and I'm curious what y'all think, it's one, Tad puts it at 50-50. I'd say more 60-40, and that's just gut. And I think the reason being is, having read a lot of Brian K. Vaughan's work, he's very good at getting you to fall in love with a character and killing that character off in a way that's meaningful. In a way that's meaningful.
Hurt you. I mean, that's what's really infuriating.
Yeah.
You can never argue with him. You can never say that wasn't necessary to the story.
Yeah. Right. But as I was saying, in a way that moves the story forward. And I mean, I'm thinking of Runaway specifically. I mean, that death, more than anything he wrote, that one gutted me when I was that age. But the other reason, and it's a great question, is this is to me, rereading it, this is a story about a family. So what's the natural ending? And I don't know how he's going to end the story. I have no idea. But thinking of it now, it's like, oh no, Hazel's going to start her own family. That's my prediction. I'm probably dead wrong.
Here's my $1 million question. Like, I could go 60-40 that she dies rather than lives, but I think that I then have it 50-50 whether she dies violently or of natural causes.
And that's where I'm going. So mathematically, Margot dies midpoint, spoiler alert. At the end of the story, we don't know how far in the future that's going to be.
Right.
He could go decades to end the story. So Alana will die. It's just a matter of how and how that impacts the story.
And your point too, like we've skipped forward a bit in time through the series.
A few times.
Like,
well, I mean, this picture represents like at least 8 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wonder if the book might end with Lana's death if, the midpoint was Marco's death.
Yeah.
I could see that happening. And hopefully it's, that like of old age looking at Hazel's family, stuff like that.
Looking at her grandchildren.
Yeah.
I think, and again, this is just my gut. I think the book ends with Hazel giving birth.
I can see that.
It started with her birth. I think it's going to end with somebody else.
Yep.
I hadn't thought of that, but I could see that.
Does she die during childbirth?
The mirror panel.
I don't think so.
Well,
I think to Tad's point, I think Hazel's safe.
Hope so.
No, I think Hazel has to be safe. She's been the narrator.
Unless,
the question is
been killing her off. That's something he would do.
That doesn't actually, it doesn't feel like a Vaughan thing to have this being told by a ghost rather than somebody writing their memoirs.
So yeah, and that's where I think that if if Hazel does die at the end, it would be, as an old woman having lived a full life.
Yes.
And recounting the story of her entire life, having.
I mean, I suppose, it could
Yeah.
end with like her daughter reading the memoir.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. You don't know how far it's going to go out to the end.
Right.
So.
And if we can beat him to market, we could get that share.
Here's a bigger question.
Is the war over?
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
Is the war over, though? Is the war over when the story ends? I think it might be. I think I have hope for this universe. I love this universe. I don't know.
I think it could be like one of those bittersweet endings where maybe the bigger conflict is resolved, but it's more the smaller issues, the more personal things, like Alana's death, potentially Goose's death. What happens to Squire later on when we meet him?
Yeah. I love some of these
concepts. I just that Hazel is with the narration. The narration is her writing a book, because they made a huge point with Heist in his books.
Right.
Book. Like that has been a huge.
Well, and then the question becomes, if it winds up being Hazel writing a book, is it nonfiction?
To me, that feels kind of like a cheap ending. Like if like the book you've been reading this whole time.
I agree with you.
Like if Hazel's an unreliable narrator.
No, but if it's like what Stephen King did in 11/22/63, or what's turned into a Broadway musical, Be More Chill, where the whole end of the book is, oh, and this is the book I've been writing the whole time that you've been reading. I don't think he's going to do that. That feels kind of cheap.
How about this Bard convention sketch?
That's wonderful.
With the heart boxers.
Hilarious.
And the testicle.
If only he had that the first time around.
Right?
And that's the thing. I know there's at least one other haunting image coming ahead, and
there's so many haunting images.
There's probably more I've forgotten, that's for sure.
This is one of my favorite artist pictures ever. With Fiona over her tablet and Brian at his manual typewriter and a Rumford doll. That looks like a Rumford doll, and a Prince Robot doll, and Hamburger with the mail. That's the only shame of the fact that we're doing this volume by volume, is that Saga has such a great letters page. Such a great letters page. For the couple of you that have been reading single issues from the beginning, and really anybody that reads single issues, like, do you read the letters page every time?
More often than not.
Yeah. Saga's definitely one of the handful of books where I am not done until I have read the letters page.
Yeah. It was probably the first best letters page of a series I'd read.
My favorite letters page was, I don't know if any of y'all used to read Powers.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
There was a time.
I love the new Powers.
I need to read it. I'm ready yet. But there was a time.
It was like an old friend that you hadn't seen in a decade. And you didn't even realize how much you missed them until you were back together.
That's cool. I love Powers, but I was for me, the comic was the bonus content, and I was buying it for the letters page.
Right.
I can feel that.
That was Sex Criminals.
Yeah, Sex Criminals. Yeah. Sex Criminals is the only comic ever where they released the best of their letters page.
Just
two volumes. 2 volumes.
Wait, they did 2 volumes of that?
Yes.
Holy,
there are 2 volumes of the just the tips.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's wonderful.
I think I did read the letters page after a few of those, but I think I ended up stopping after Belle. 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 I think I ended up stopping after Belle oh my goodness, I think I went through like the first 6 or 7 volumes of the trade paperbacks, and then I was actually caught up and I started getting the singles and have been faithfully reading ever since then. And then it was around that at midway point, and you know the ones I'm thinking about is after that, I think I just had a tad moment where I read it and I put it down and I read no further. That I didn't get to the letters page. It was like that was a
Well, the letter page on that one was essentially him apologizing for what he'd just done to us, and then apologizing more as he told us that they were about to take a year off.
An in-depth, yeah, a year plus off. Yeah, I
Right.
do remember reading that one then. Yeah.
Yeah,
At least a year off. He's like, I'm really, really sorry, and I'm even more sorry for the next thing I'm gonna say. Oh. I don't know.
Do we know why they took a year off of Saga or multiple years off of Saga? I don't think I ever knew why.
We
I think
do not
Fiona needed a
know
break.
officially. Fiona did have at least one of her kids during that time. I think the other, either she had both of her kids during that time, or one of them was born just before that time started. So it was definitely small children time. I still like to imagine, though, that it was she drew those last 3 issues and picked up the phone and called Brian and said, "Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm taking some time off," and just hung up on him. And refused to answer his calls back for an extended period of time. Because I know how that's how I would have felt if I'd been forced to draw those 3 issues.
Yep.
Particularly because, as we were just saying, like, what makes it so hard is just like he'll kill this character that, like, you don't want to see die. You desperately don't want to see them die. And at the same time, you're going, but they had to die. It wouldn't be.
You get attached.
But
I love them. They're dead this issue. Sorry.
There wasn't another way. Has anybody ever seen Stranger Than Fiction?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Will Ferrell movie?
Yes.
That's almost what it feels like. The whole Dustin, it's her masterpiece. But he has to die at the end. It's almost what it feels like every time. It's like, do I need this to be a masterpiece? Would I be okay with it being the 10th best comic of all time, but these people lived? Is it possible that, like, could it just be my favorite comic rather than a critical masterpiece?
So this is where I would say the sad truth of Lion Cat is that she's proof that no, they don't have to die. And if anything, Lion Cat gets her best page after Fiona refused to kill her.
That's true.
So no, Brian's a monster, and we should all rise up.
I mean, that's why Spectators work so well. Like,
True.
all the real killing happened in the first couple of pages, and the killing after that was essentially imaginary because the characters that you were watching and caring about were already dead.
Oh yeah. It further abstracted the violence, and the reason why I say it's a happy ending is because it ends in a moment of love and curiosity. It has a sad beginning and a happy ending. It's an inside out backwards kind of book like that.
He's fucking brilliant and breaks my heart on a regular basis. And Fiona makes it so goddamn beautiful.
Yep.
That's the thing. This would not be anywhere near the same book without her.
No, he's worked with a lot of great artists.
Oh yeah.
And he's written a lot of great stories, and this is his masterpiece because it's her masterpiece.
I would agree with that.
And like that's nothing against Pia Guerrero. That's nothing against Cliff Chang. That's nothing against who did Ex Machina. Somebody
Tony
remind me.
Harris.
Tony Harris.
You know, I mean, he's worked with a lot of phenomenal artists, but like, I almost can't wait for Saga to be done to see what Fiona does next.
Yes.
You know, there's so little of her work that's not Saga, and you can see, and it's
Archie.
all her youngest. Yeah, well, that's the one thing that she's done during the Saga run, and she does a phenomenal job, I thought, with kind of mediocre Wade scripts. You know,
it was also like Riverdale was going on, and you like writing Archie in the shadow of that, I imagine, is very hard.
Well, no, I thought Riverdale started after that.
Maybe, I don't know. I have to check. Maybe.
Yeah, because like there's been a lot of good Archie in this era.
Yes.
Like a lot of the crossover works. Archie and the Ramones was great. You know, Archie versus Predator is so much better than it has any right to be. Alex DeCampi is probably the most underrated writer in all of comics. I need to go read her My Little Pony books, just based on the things that she's done other places. I am certain that her My Little Pony books also stand head and tails above other people. And Ted, if you're listening, I promise if I get around to reading her My Little Pony books, I'll get around to reading yours too.
Ted, if there's a My Little Pony podcast eventually, put me on that.
Well, you know, I mean, if you want to start reading My Little Pony with me, I will do it, just because like I have so many friends and acquaintances that have worked on My Little Pony stuff and enjoyed it, and they love pony cons or brony con, whatever the hell cons there are.
I used to read My Little Pony as a kid. Like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, no,
There you go.
I apparently also need to read Sonic the Hedgehog comics. Apparently there are a lot of really good Sonic the Hedgehog comics. And like, since I now know that there are way more good Archie comics than I thought was possible, like I have stopped assuming that there is anything that people can't make good comics out of. I need to go read the Plants vs. Zombie comics, because all of the Plants vs. Zombie comics are Paul Tobin. And like, I love all of his other stuff. And I just haven't managed to convince myself to read the Plants vs. Zombie yet, even though I have kids at school that love the Plants vs. Zombie stuff. It's like,
so Tad, I looked it up. You were right. Riverdale came out the beginning of 2017, and the Mark Waid Fiona Staples comic came out mid 2015.
Right.
However, on a personal note, I had interviewed to be on Riverdale. I did not get the gig, but I did read that pilot way earlier. So in my mind, they were very.
Oh no, I'm certain that Riverdale had been announced. I think Mark Waid got hired in the run up to Riverdale because they were trying to kind of reboot Archie.
Yes.
To in anticipation of Riverdale. So yes, that was totally going on. But I think that's also one of the reasons they chased Fiona, is it's like, let's have this big splash. And like, I just laugh because, you know, they were decent, but like the Chip Zdarsky, Erica Henderson, Jughead is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
That came out roughly the same time, you know. I mean, the one that was the highest touted wound up being it's okay. Fiona's art's amazing, and Mark did an okay job. And then you got Afterlife with Archie.
Afterlife,
like, what the fuck?
And that maybe even came first. I think I'd have to look that up.
It was right around that time.
Yeah,
that was certainly one of the things that got Archie back on people's radar.
Yeah, and that was Roberto who went on to do like that. That got him Riverdale and then Sabrina. And by the way, I mean this is my world, but now they're doing an Afterlife with Archie TV show.
Yeah, I heard that they were finally doing that now.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to
But
that.
like, ironically, they haven't actually finished the comic yet. So
Yeah.
like, I really hope it doesn't become a Game of Thrones
Game of
type
Thrones.
thing. um, yeah, I have to read more Archie. I need to. There are too many good comics, Josh. Have you noticed that?
You know,
Have you noticed that there are so many good comics? Is that why we're here or something?
it's a terrible problem to have.
It is. I have a teacher's salary.
Hey.
Patreon.com, 22 panels. Pay for some of my comics.
Comics.
Any
other...
Go ahead, Josh.
I was just gonna go off on a little tangent. I was at LA Comic-Con 2 weeks ago. I did well, but any money I made, man, I just spent right back on the floor.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
I mean, Chris Condon and I said like 2 or 3 years ago that we're in the platinum age of comics.
I would agree with that.
It's totally impossible for any sane human being to have any chance of reading all of the things worth reading coming out, particularly if there's anything that's not brand new that they still would like to read.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could have got 9 deep in great graphic novels that came out last week. You know, we generally do like a top 3 comics of the week. I could have gone 9 deep in graphic novels that came out. Not even collections. There were a bunch of good collections that came out last week. Original graphic novels, memoirs, sci-fi, you name it.
Sure.
Any other final thoughts from anybody?
If anyone was wondering, it was Watchmen issue 5. That's the symmetrical issue. Which makes sense because it's in the middle.
Yeah.
Not quite, but
close. I mean, everybody knows it was really supposed to be 9 and they made it 12. Nobody knows that, but I decided to say that to put it in the middle.
There you go. There you go.
At the time, it made sense.
Get somebody to get Alan Moore to go on the record refuting me, and then to come on the show to explain to me while I'm wrong. And
exactly.
Tad, Tad, you're gonna get the podcast cursed, please. Please, let's not taunt the warlock, okay?
Hey, I didn't call him a warlock.
He called himself a warlock.
Oh,
it is a term of endearment and respect.
Is it something that he called himself and you're like, because I sometimes call myself an asshole, but I like would prefer that you not.
That's because you watch Spaceballs. And in Spaceballs, you're surrounded by
that. There we go. Okay, took a second there.
I got that.
I thought you said that's why you watch Baseballs. And I'm
like, Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Spaceballs 2 coming to a theater near you.
Can't wait.
Kids love yogurt.
Even with strawberries. Ugh.
I love strawberry yogurt. Don't bash the strawberry yogurt.
I love it.
Lone Star. Any other parting thoughts? Belle's got a big smile on her face.
Maybe we should comb the desert. I'm doing pretty good on movies, though. I did that Big Lebowski thing earlier. I was proud of that, too.
Yeah.
That was good. That was really good.
I was proud of that. I riffed on my dad so hard. That was so good. Giving myself props.
Riffed so hard, he turned his camera off.
I know.
Yeah,
well, he actually fell out entirely. Had to sign back in. Now he's here twice.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't either.
You're a wizard.
All righty. I think we're set, Matt. You want to take us out?
We'll continue after the next page.